guys, Angus here, got another Airsoft video for you guys today. Today we're going to be doing a loadout video as part of my 4th anniversary of DCA week. That loadout's going to be my CQB or Close Quarter Battle Kit, which is one I don't use very often, but I posted videos of me playing CQB recently, kind of got some interest going. So we're going to go ahead and get into this loadout video, find out what gun I run, also the gear I have on it, but first things first, let's take this mask off. Alright, now that's a little bit better. Hopefully you guys can understand me a little bit better, and also, hey, I can breathe now. Now, like I said earlier a couple seconds ago, this is a kit I really don't use that often because I don't play CQB very much. It's just not very appealing to me. I prefer to be outdoors, not really inside. It's just not my style of play, but this is a kit I might also run, say, if I was going to an outdoor field where it was kind of all closely knit bunkers or something like that, just so I want to have a little fun. Now, like all my kits, this is really interchangeable. I could run this with really a bunch of different guns. I could swap something out, put another vest on, etc. So, therefore, this is just kind of the stuff I chose to throw on. So if you're looking for a kit idea, hey, this might work with the gun I'll show you in a couple minutes here. Now, starting off with the item I don't want to have to hold the whole time, let's talk about eye protection. This is a piece I might run depending on the site's rules. Say they had no mesh rule, I might have to run a full seal paintball mask or something like that. But this is my preferred piece. Obviously it doesn't work too well for camouflage, but something to note, CQB, you're in a dark kind of building. Our local CQB fields tend to be more of mazes, not really like these big outdoor different buildings with courtyards. So camouflage isn't hugely necessary. Half the time I just run jeans and a flannel shirt. More so if it's a darker camo, it'll blend in. This not necessarily, but I think it's kind of cool and intimidating. What it is one of the knockoff Army of Two masks. It's not the Cactus Hobby one, it's like the Chinese version. I'll run you about $60, $70. This one I thought was pretty cool because it had the Crusader style, or the British flag is kind of what I thought it was, and it just looks kind of cool. Not the most comfortable thing in the world, not exactly amazingly well made. Some of the straps starting to come apart in the back, but it does get the job done pretty well, and I've never had a BB shatter and go into my eye or anything like that. Traditionally during a game I might go ahead and have perhaps some shooting glasses behind it or something for added safety, but this is the piece that I would run simply because kind of intimidating indoors, and I think it's pretty cool. Now, tossing this aside, something else I might have on my head would say be a balaclava, depending on if it was cold or heated inside the building. I wish I had it right now because it's pretty raw out, but that is something also that might be necessary with that mask for comfort issues. Now, as far as actual clothing goes, like I said, CQB not necessarily huge for camo, but in my case, I did choose to throw on some camouflage gear here. If you're really wondering about my feet, all that's on them are just standard Brahma work boots. I've never been one for gotta have the proper footwear. I've always just enjoyed, regular work boots, seeing I can use them for work on the farm and then go play airsoft in them. Just one of my personal things that I prefer. The pants are waterproof shark skin combat tactical pants, something along those lines. They're in a gray color, obviously a darker color for CQB. They're waterproof. I tested them. They work pretty darn well. Got a bunch of different secret pockets on here that zip shut or Velcro shut, so I traditionally keep obviously my wallet, my phone, or my keys inside them. And they're pretty comfortable pants, pretty nice to maneuver around in them too. And they do take the BBs pretty well, really no pain coming in that section. As far as my smock up here, what this is a Czech digital camo. I thought it was really cool, found it at an online surplus store, figured it's kind of cool, might as well pick it up. I really do like the pattern a lot. It's kind of like some brush strokes in there of brown, and I think it does look really nice. So this is definitely a darker camouflage that I might wear inside a darker CQB game as well. As far as the gloves, they're also Czech. They're an OD green. They're nice wool. Pretty warm, actually, for just being a rather thin glove. The only con being as soon as these get wet, they're done and your hands are going to freeze. I might have some hard knuckle gloves on over them, but the last time I went CQB, it actually wasn't that bad. I didn't take any knuckle shots, so chose to leave them out for the video. But the gloves are very comfortable. In case you're wondering, these were like $10. The smock was maybe $18, and the pants I think were like $35. However, Airsoft Park did provide them for me, so I can't really complain. Now, as far as talking about actual gear here, I really don't have much, seeing that it's just CQB, and you guys will see the gun I'm running is just a shotgun. Like I said, it could change to a whole bunch of different stuff depending on what gun I'm running. Starting over here on my left side, what we have here is just a basic utility pouch, obviously in an OD to match with the upper camouflage here. What I would store in here would say be a dead rag, so I can tell players when I'm eliminated, a speed loader, maybe some spare BBs. I've also got a TD gas charger in a kind of grenade style. This obviously holds your green gas or propane so I can gas up, say, my pistol or something out there. But also what's nice about it is because it looks like a grenade, it might be nice to throw into a room in CQB and maybe try and get some younger players to, oh my god, it's a grenade, and run out of there to run into my shot. So that's honestly what I use it for most of the time. This thing's taken a little bit of a beating, just being chucked around, more so than it's been used to gas up my guns. But hey, it works pretty darn well. Moving backward here, we've just got an OD green dump pouch. Obviously what this is for is for me to recycle my empty shells of my shotgun. I can pop them out, drop them in here so I won't lose them, and also can get rid of them pretty quickly. In case you're wondering, the belt this is all hooked up to is just my regular old belt with a Chevrolet belt buckle on it. No fancy battle belt for me here. This is pretty much just a kind of quickly made up kit that I did one day when I went to go play CQB. Located on this side here, we've got the Goblin Deuce in its holster. This is the first gun you guys are getting to take a look at. This one is the wood version, and it actually looks pretty darn cool, as you guys can see. What this is, in case you guys don't know, is it's basically a little paintball pistol, but it can also fire airsoft BBs out of the shells. These shells are powered by CO2 or green gas, and they're actually pretty effective in warmer weather. So this is one of those more so intimidating weapons. It's a double barrel. You pull the trigger, both shells will fire out, or one, depending on what you choose. I more so use this as like a last stand, cornered, bang, shoot at them. It's also pretty intimidating just to have out as well. The holster was included with it, and this will run you about $99, I think, so $100 bucks, but it's pretty cool, especially if you're planning on using it at a CQB field, and the holster is good quality too. Another piece I might have, if I chose to leave this off, I might have a drop leg with a pistol in it, maybe a grenade launcher or something on my back if I was running a vest. It's all different stuff, but the main weapon with this particular kit here would be my trusty old Double Eagle M56DL tri-shot shotgun. Now this is really one of those guns I've had forever, and I just love it. I mean, it's kind of cheap and crappy, it's kind of falling apart at this point, but I really do love it, and I always like the performance out of it. It gets you a good performance, especially for CQB. It does fire 3 BBs at a time, uses 30-round shells, so you get 10 shots. And the last time I went to CQB, I was really taking a lot of people out with this thing, just definitely sending some shots downrange. Very accurate with some .25 gram BBs. Like I said, these guns are all right. Some people get lemons and they're really cheapy. Mine, after 2 years, is beginning to fall apart a little bit in the whole back stock area. But otherwise, mine has always served me rather well. Like I said, it's a spring action shotgun. You cock the pump back, and at that point, you'd be able to fire. I always like this model because it does have the rail up top if you wanted to add an optic. Me personally, CQB with a glass lens optic up there, I'm not exactly trying to get my sight cracked, so I always left that off, just use the iron sights. In the back here, obviously the stock's adjustable. I have mine adjusted to a more comfortable position for my longer arms, and then you have a Diamond Tactical shell holder in the back here. I think it can hold up to like 12 shells. I've got 3 outside, and I believe 5 or 6 actually inside the pouch. So total, I'm running maybe 150 rounds in games with this shotgun. Obviously I don't fire them all the time, being our CQB games usually last like 15 minutes, but it's nice to have those extra rounds with you in case something goes wrong and you run out. Overall though, it's a pretty nice shotgun. It does run rather well with this kit. You probably were saying at the beginning, why has he got such a light loadout? But for a shotgun, you don't need a huge amount of stuff. Overall, guys, that's just been my CQB kit. Like I said, it's not as high-tech as a lot of other people's because I don't play CQB very often, and our fields are a little bit different than you might see out on the West Coast. Our fields tend to be, honestly, more dominated by younger players who are just out for a good time, and this works pretty well for it. So, for those of you who enjoyed the video, I do appreciate it. Go ahead, like down below, and let me know what you thought of my kit. Hey, share a little bit about yours. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe.